Now y'all know my life. B, I told him my life be a little weird sometimes, bro. In 3 years, hold on, let me get rid of this shit. In 3 years, I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 randoms, 6, 7, 8, 9. In 3 years, I've had 9 random drug tests, bro. Since I've been in the trucking industry. And I am 8 for 1. I've passed 8 and 1 was diluted, so I had to retest. So how it happened? Well, I went to a stressful day in Michigan, for the people who don't know. And didn't really know if I was going to get paid or what the situation was going to be. And you know, I made the comment two videos ago that I wouldn't doubt that someone would make a call that to mention how much they loved me, right? It didn't take too long, clearly. I mean, really can't say clearly, because it was a random drug test. My 9th random in 3 years. Damn, 9 random drug tests in 3 years. Alright, so something has to be going on, bro. Your background, it can't be spick and span as you make it seem that it is. Something has to be going on. Unless you're just that 1 in a million. I got a shirt on underneath this. Yeah. It's hot in this motherfucker, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of hot in here right now, so I'm gonna take this jacket off real quick. So we had the situation in Michigan. Drove back to Michigan, dropped the load, got to the shipper. After driving 650 miles, got to the shipper to take the load back to Arkansas, because the load was originally supposed to go to California from my information that I had. And they told me, you know, I got the word, you need to take the trailer back. Long story short. Got back to Jonesboro, Arkansas. Get to the shipper. Go in the shipper's office. Hey, I was told to bring this load back. They told me that this load needs to be returned. And he said, I have a driver here that says he brought a load back from Michigan that was supposed to be in California. Yard jockey walks in. A yard jockey is the guy who moves the trailers around the yard. And security says, what do you want him to do with this trailer? He says, this is Saturday night. I got the call Thursday night No. I got a call Friday night. This is Saturday night. He says, your jockey says, well, if he leaves it on the lot, it's going to get lost with all the other trailers. So the best thing for him to do is to bring it back Monday morning after 8 a.m. So I said, wow, I wish I would have knew that. I could have took my time getting here. But no problem. We'll bring it back Monday morning after 8 a.m. Got 2 days off, get to take a 34-hour. And I get to go to the gym. We're about to be going to the gym a lot. We're really about to be going to the gym a lot. Okay. So I leave, take my 34, Monday morning comes. Saturday, no. Leave Saturday night, get back to the parking spot, and I get a call. Hey, the Michigan load is ready. When can you go pick it up? Said, there's a snowstorm in Michigan right now. You're definitely not going to be making that drive. Understood. Load was still gone within like 10 minutes. Somebody else took it. They said, shoot, I'll go to Michigan if he won't. So, hey, I can't knock it, man. It's just not, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to keep it. I don't have to drive like I have a $1,300 payment every week at this moment. So, we're going to go ahead and take our time. So we wait till, so I didn't take that load, right? So we wait till Monday. Monday morning comes, and I didn't know if I was going to get paid. My dispatch told me that he was going to take care of it, where he relayed to message through another dispatch that he was going to take care of it. And so then Monday morning, before I even wake up, you know, or by the time I wake up, I look at my phone, I got messages on there from dispatch. Hey, so, you know, I see that you made it back. When are you gonna take the load in? I told him I'm gonna take it in right now. You know what I mean? Took the load in and you know, dropped it off. And booked another load. And then booked another load. Drove all day for that one. And I didn't ask him about the pay because he told me he was going to take care of the pay. It's still a few days before I even get paid, so it's not, I'm still going to give him time to make good on his word, right? Very next morning, I wake up again, and I see another message from dispatch. So I wake up, look at my phone. Hey, we're going to pay you $2,000 for taking the load to Michigan and back in your pocket. I said that's fair. It was more than I would have made had I stuck to the original plan, so that's fair. You kept your word, I'll give you that, 100%. And you know, so hung up the phone. Then, you know, I go use the bathroom, get ready to go ahead and start rolling. Hop on the road. And you know, my dispatcher's never called me. He's probably called me once or twice. And only after we had, you know, some situation we had to get resolved. He's never just called me out the blue, right? So I get a call. I answer. Hey, it's so-and-so dispatch. Are you off your break? I said, yeah, I'm 10 miles outside of the pickup right now for the next load. He says, I need you to pull over right now and call me when you're pulled over. Flashback. Stevens Transport. I had went to go take a drug test and left. The very next morning, Stevens Transport calls me and says, pull over, call me when you're pulled over. So I flash back to that. I'm like, oh, it has to be random. That's the only thing it could be. So I am in the middle of Missouri at this point, going through the mountains. So there's like nowhere I could pull over. So I finally get to a place I could pull over, and immediately I call him back. Hey, what's going on? You've been selected for a random drug screen. I said, there's no way. Number 9 in 3 years? And I've only been here 3 months? And I have a newfound freedom that I've never had in any other company, and I have not gotten any calls in 3 months. So I've been out here just living free. There's no way he just called me and asked me or told me you have a random drug screen. So I said, okay, where is it? Where do I need to go? He says, gave me the office location. Went to the office, took the drug screen, right? Number 9 in 3 years. I'm 8 for 1. Right now, we're gonna say we're 8 for 1. I guess we're gonna see what happens. I know I'm 8 for 1, but you don't know that. I know that, but you don't know that. I just bought my new truck, $60,000 cash. I have the lowest amount of money that I've had in years. If I fail this drug test, what am I gonna do? I have this new truck. I have realistically $15,000 to my name, and if I messed up and decided to dibble and dabble in Michigan, because weed's legal there, weed's legal in Michigan, there's dispensaries in Georgia, there's dispensaries in Tennessee, there's dispensaries in, where else, what other states would I pass through? North Carolina. There's dispensaries all through the Northeast, right? Or through the East Coast. If I dibbled and dabbled for 5 years at least, I'm F-U-C, and you can spell out the rest. And it ends with E-D. I have court for tickets that realistically I shouldn't have, but I do have them. For my logs, my service logs. Where he says I didn't have the mileage I drove for one day and the load number that I've driven for one day. Out of five lawyers that I called in the past, none of them had even heard of that before. None of them, not even one. Including the lawyer that I did hire, who didn't show up to court, so now I have to go to Alabama for court to represent myself. That's in 3 days. So had I failed this drug test, I just bought a $60,000 truck, spent most of my money, am in the East Coast, home is in Dallas, pretty much. So you can put everything else together, right? It would be bad. What would I do? The tickets that I have that I'm going to court for, they threw out the mileage immediately because it was there. Told me I had to come to court about the log information not being in the system, or the load number that I had not being in the system, the shipper ID number. If you go back through my old videos, you'll see that it was there, and for some reason he still wrote me tickets for those things, and they threw out the mileage but told me I had to come to court for this one. About a year ago, my ELD, which has worked perfectly for 3 months, stopped working today. So had I not had the wisdom to get the paper log, I mean, it's not really wisdom, but you kind of might think you could get away with it if you weren't in my shoes. Now, to say that they're targeting me would be, why would they be targeting you? I don't know. Why did on my last video I get into it with another guy this morning, coming and cussing me out for trying to help someone else and telling me this, that, and the third. You need to get your ASS out the truck, whoop whoop, and the third. After all this stuff that just happened the day before. So that happened. I don't know. Why did they try and kill Trump? We don't know. Not making it seem like I had anything to do with it, but Trump is trying to fix things, and you know, and that's a totally different situation, but I kind of relate to it because I can kind of understand. Not all cops are bad cops, and I even said that in the video that I made when you saw the cop pulling me over. And I remember my logs department and safety department at the last company asking me, why do you think that cop was so angry when he pulled you over? And I said, how am I supposed to answer that question? How am I supposed to know that? I am in Alabama, and the cop pulls me over. Just go watch the video. And he was angry the entire time. And before I could ask him to by the time I asked him to cut me a break on the hours of service violations that were not violations, now that I realize, he says, cut you a break? Give me your license. Why would he respond that way? I don't know. So, that's where I stand. I don't know. Anyway, now that I have the wisdom to know that every day counts, make sure that you're on your P's and Q's in everything that you do, because this is very important, obviously. That's where I'm at. So, 9 randoms in 3 years. 9 random drug tests in 3 years. We'll see if I'm 8 for 1. We'll see. I don't know.